So how do you define this term called as isomery? Usually there is some basic number of floral appendage in different floral whorls, different floral circles. This is called as isomery. In notes these definitions are there. Depending upon the similar basic number of the floral leaves, the flower can be bimerous. So if a flower is bimerous, everything would be in two or otherwise multiples of two. So we'll be learning about Brassicaceae family of mustard, that it is a bimerous type of flowers. So it is isomeric, that means everything would be two or multiples of two. Then trimerous. Now when we talk about trimerous, Liliaceae will be learning in the last of this chapter. In Liliaceae family, everything in the flower would be three or otherwise multiples of three. For example, tepals would be 3 plus 3, stamens would be 3 plus 3, and the ovary portion would be just 3. So everything is either 3 or multiples of 3, so it will be called as an isomeric flower, or you can say trimeric flower, because everything is 3 or multiples of 3. Similarly, we can have pentamerous also. These are just examples to understand. There are flowers in which pentamerous structure is possible. So pentamerous means sepals will be 5, petals will be 5, stamens will be 5. Sometimes stamens can be 5 plus 5. That means multiple of 5 is going on, 2 times 5. So example Solanaceae, example Malvaceae, you will find such type of isomery is there. So that means flowers can be isomeric or anisomeric. Maximum plants you will find their flowers are isomeric. Now next, this brings us to the next topic, that is the complete flower and the incomplete flower. We have already covered it, so let's quickly go through it. A flower with all the 4 floral whorls. So 4 floral whorls are the calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. So a flower with all the floral organs is called as a complete flower. Absence of any one. So if there is any one portion missing, or any 2 portions missing, or any 3 whorls are missing. What are whorls? These circles are called as whorl. The first circle is the sepals or calyx collectively. The next circle on the node would be the petals, collectively called as corolla. Next whorl will be stamens, collectively called as androecium. Next whorl will be the pistil or carpels, collectively called as gynoecium. So if all the 4 portions are there, the flower is called complete. If any 1 or 2 or 3 out of them are missing, the flower would be called as incomplete flower. A flower with both the essential organ is called as perfect flower. So just remember, if a flower has both sexual portion, that means androecium and gynoecium, means stamens and the pistil or carpel, the flower would be called as bisexual or hermaphrodite, and such flowers are also called as the perfect flower. So a flower which has both essential organs, stamens and carpel, is perfect, bisexual or hermaphrodite. Also in some books it is called as intersexual flower. So hermaphrodite also is possible. So there are various names for the same, synonyms. And the next thing, a flower with only one of the 2 essential floral portion, essential are these 2. If only one sex is there, so the flower would be called as unisexual. So unisexual flowers would be incomplete flower as well as imperfect flower. Why imperfect? Because only one sex is there. So a flower which has only one of the 2 essential floral organ would be called as imperfect or called as unisexual, and it would be called as staminate. We have learned already in the last sheet. If only male sex organ is there, staminate. If only female sex organ is there, the flower would be called as pistillate. When both the essential organs are absent, the flower would be called as neuter. So you have learned today new names. Bisexual flower is the flower which has both the sex organs. It is also called as perfect. Then unisexual flowers are the imperfect flowers. They carry only one sex. If they carry the male part, they are called as staminate. If they carry the female part, they are called as the pistillate. And then there are some plants in which both the sex organ or essential floral portions are absent. Such flower would be called as the neuter flower. I hope these points are clear to you. Remember, when both the type of the unisexual flowers are born on the same plant it is called as monoecious, and when they are born on two different plants they are called as dioecious. We'll be learning about this on the next sheet. I hope this all is clear to you that if all the four portions are there, the flower is called perfect and flower is called complete. If any one is missing, for example, imagine these two portions are missing. So because only one thing is there, that one thing is called as perianth. Individuals are called tepal, and such a flower is incomplete, but because both sex organs are there, it is incomplete but perfect. But it is even possible that there can be both calyx and corolla present, or maybe perianth is present and along with it only one sex is there, or only one sex is there. Then in that case the flower would be incomplete as well as imperfect. So that means all complete flowers are perfect, but incomplete flower can be either perfect, it will be called perfect if both sex organs are there, and if it will be called as imperfect if only one sex organ is present. I hope this distinction is clear to you. This brings us to the next important, very important topic, because this will be again coming up in 12th class in the first chapter as well as the second chapter, and that is how the flowers are arranged on a plant. Now you all know these are the symbols for, this is the symbol for female and this is the symbol for the male. So imagine there is a plant. I have drawn only a line to represent a tree or an individual plant. Imagine a plant has both type of, see, when you put a symbol like this, this means bisexual condition. So if a plant has bisexual flowers, so flowers are bisexual as well as the plant is considered as bisexual.